From Ford Video Guide Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's McArthur Live with Tim Bartz and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, bunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your host, Tim and Sarah. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 140, as Sarah rushes in at the last minute. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are having a great, beautiful day. It's nice. Well, it's nice and windy. It's not really nice. It's windy today in Kansas, which it usually is windy. So it always blows one way or another. We got a saying in Kansas, but I will not say it here on the live stream. I said do it in Nebraska and Oklahoma, and I won't say anything more about that. Not that we don't like the states. It's just kind of funny. All right. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am back from Supercell.
Yeah.
Had a great weekend, long weekend, whatever you might call it. It just seemed like it went so fast this year compared to last year. I'm not sure why, but man, it just seemed like we got there about the same time as last year, but it just seemed like it just flew by.
Yeah.
It was so much fun and really got a chance to hang out with a lot of returning friends or friends that I got to see again, but also meet some new friends, some people that have connected with us on this live stream. Or some of the other ones. Dave's live stream, got pretty good friends with a lot of them over there as well. And it was fun seeing them in person. So a lot of them were there. So, in fact, I got stickers to show you. We'll talk about that in a second. But what about you? What did you do this weekend? You got left out of the Bronco Supercell travels.
We deep cleaned. We deep cleaned the house again.
So I had more fun than Sarah.
Well, yeah, we were trying to get the house ready for everything that's going on. So
yeah, spring cleaning is what it's called.
Oh,
there you go.
I sorted through the laundry.
You sorted through laundry.
I got rid of the winter clothes for the boys. I still don't have my winter clothes put away.
Well, anyway, we had our first camping trip with the new camper, so
yeah,
it went well. We'll show you pictures later when we get to the Supercell stuff. But we had a lot of fun and saw a lot of fun people. But anyway, all right. So don't forget, we are recording this as a podcast, so you can listen to that on your favorite podcasting streaming platforms, including the iTunes, whatever they call it, their little thing. So yeah, you can be in there. Check out the live stream. You have your audio on. Oh, there you go. Okay, so but anyway, yeah, so you can check that out there, and I have a website now. FordVideoGuyMedia.com is up and running, and you can find it there as well if you want. It has all the different episodes there streamed on a page, as well as the page for the Bronco build that I've done, the Maverick build I've done, including parts lists for all those. But I will say the things that I'm going to show you tonight are not on there yet. That'll probably happen tomorrow. Anyway.
Yes.
So,
yeah,
all fun stuff there. So, let's see. Other than that, Bronco Supercell shirt. So, the official shirt you get.
Yeah.
So, speaking of merch and stuff, you can buy the merch off our merch site. You can go to that. That's linked down in the description. McArthur.myspreadshop.com. Oh, you got the coat. Yeah, the coats came out pretty good. Yeah. So we'll be
using my car still.
Yep, I need to get some polos. So anyway.
My arms are a little bit
big
on this, but
yep. So all right. And let's see what else is going on. So let's see. Had a lot of fun. So let's actually, before we share the Supercell stickers. So first of all, I've been connecting with some people. So we do have Frost Overlanding. I don't think they were actually at Supercell. So got their sticker in the mail. So that came in. Pretty cool. I like the little kind of snowflake thing. And then, see, this in here is just came in today, I think.
Ooh.
From John Jarvie. And doesn't have the Instagram handle on here. I think it's just that way on Instagram. That one's ready. kind of fun.
He has Groot,
Yeah, group.
baby Groot.
And look at that, how he has graphics on his Bronco.
Ooh.
So,
How's the
yeah,
body?
I was thinking of getting graphics for our Bronco, but I do have the Roush graphics, and they're like pretty cool. So I don't know. Maybe I won't. But anyway, so we have that one. We're gonna need to add. So by the way, I'm gonna need another cooler. All right. You know what Allie did is she did
A
a
poster
super
board.
celebration and poster board just for 24.
Yeah.
So the next year,
She can do another one.
because that way I'm like, oh, I don't want to get stickers again from people that I got last year, but yet you could do a new board for each one, and I haven't
Yeah.
put them up yet, so I could still do that.
Yeah.
Allie, you have some good ideas. In fact, one that she gave me that I ended up putting on the Bronco, we'll talk about later. And also, we had one of our members that came and picked up his Bronco. He's from Colorado and sent us this. Pretty cool. Gave me that along with Toffee. Yes, haven't had any yet, but
Which I was going to ask you to get out for me today.
there you go.
Multiple times.
So we got that from Chris Schultz, right? Schultz, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk. Let me show you. And for those of you that gave me duplicates, what I did was I gave them to Sarah. So Sarah get a chance to partake, and some of you actually sent stickers to make sure we give to Sarah, including Allie and Jack and one of our members that had his Maverick stickers there. He did a sticker swap, and he was there. So he was there with M. Mahathi in there. He's in the chat. I think he's in there as Mike M, maybe.
Yep,
But
here he is.
There you go, Mike M. So there you go. This is stickers. He had a lot of fun with it too, I think. So he's from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. So, so there you go.
So it wasn't Allie that said, the sticker swap is such a popular thing because when you were a kid, you were given a sticker for doing something good. So it brings an emotion of joy to you. So getting stickers brings joy. And so doing the sticker swap, you're just getting a whole bunch of stickers. So it's a whole bunch of joy.
I came back with all these and I said, I feel like Halloween, where look at the load that I got.
Yes,
it's like all the stickers.
Exactly what it is.
Here's Jack's. He's pretty Jack. There you go with his golf clubs. Pretty cool. And he got a little dirty this week. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
He said you're a great trail guide.
I didn't guide us. Here's Allie's sticker. She had a special Supercell sticker. So there's Allie's. We need to get yours from your mom has them. Allie gave them to her. Bird Dog Overland was there. There's his new sticker because he moved to Arizona. So there's his new updated graphics for his since he's moved there. So pretty cool. And we follow them down the description.
Yes.
An Unbridled Bronco. So got a chance to talk to her some more. She's been on some live streams with All Train Nation and such. And then speaking of that, All Train Nation had their special sticker. That thing is big.
Yeah.
And he got his Ranger Raptor. So he got a sticker for his Ranger Raptor as well. And so he had that there. And I didn't drive it. I don't know why. Should have drove it. Anyway. But a couple others. Laura was there. She's in here often. She has her she has a first edition. She has not a first edition, a limited edition, a Harris limited edition that, and along with her other Bronco that they drove overnight, got there at 4:00 in the morning and slept for a little bit before coming to the show. Let's see who else we got here. Mike Hines, his pretty cool Bronco. So he actually has, I think that's a Big Ben. Actually, maybe a black. No, I don't know. I think it's a Badlands edition that he has, but he has the Raptor skid plate on the front. So got me thinking I probably could do the skid plate from the Badlands on my Bronco, but still leave the rest of the ARB skid plates underneath to protect the rest of the underneath. Interesting. Anyway, Scarlet Misadventures. Their Bronco is really cool. So they have a first edition and race red that they had painted. They had some probably vinyls on it up the sides so that it would look like the vintage Bronco. So that was really cool. And there was somebody, I think, with a Bronco that looked just like it. So black hood and I think antimatter blue type color up there, as well as on the very top edge. But man, it looked really good. So There you go. And then, Blue Collar Velocity. Sometimes he's in the chat. I don't know if he is tonight, but we chatted. He actually works at the F-150 electric plant right now. And he was there with his Badlands edition. So I got his sticker. And there's I got a bunch of stickers. I'm not going to go over all of them with everybody, with just some of the ones that people we hung out with and talked to. And I'm probably missing some stickers. I actually thought about this right about 5 minutes before we started. Anyway, so, and then somebody gave me that sticker along with their sticker. That was funny. Kind of like that one. So that one that might go up on the back of the Bronco. Some of these will go back. I did get an updated Bays Mountain. We went off-roading over there at Bays Mountain off-road. Last year, they didn't have any Bronco-specific shirts or decals, so I'll have to take the Jeep one off and put this Bronco one on the back of the Bronco. And then I did get a sticker from the Dancing Bean. And the reason is this is where we had breakfast every morning. They have really good coffee, and the only place in town that has gluten-free breakfast items other than like bacon and scrambled eggs, which we actually ate at their cafe one morning. But the Dancing Bean, yeah, I said I shouldn't advertise them because then they'll get busy and we won't be able to get breakfast. But there you go. And then I think Allie gave me this. She gave me some extra stickers in hers, and I really like the sticker, so it might go on the back of the Bronco too. But there you go. And then some people were giving, lastly, I'll keep going. Some people were giving out, "You've been bucked." So little things. So you've been bucked, and on the back it says, "You've been bucked. Your Bronco is freaking sweet. Keep this going." So this is pretty cool. I don't know who gave me this, in fact. But then it says buck Bronco, buck are the hashtags. And it wants you to share it, and then you put your hashtag or your Instagram. So I think we're going to make these up. So for Mavericks and Broncos, and when I see different Broncos or Mavericks out there and in the wild, I'm going to just stick this in their little window seal, and so we can spread that on the Maverick people as well.
The Mavericks a lot of them are saying you've been goosed.
We're gonna do you've been goosed. So anyway, we're gonna do some of that, and actually tattoo Matt, the Tat Squatched. He gave me this, which is a little duck, looks like a Bronco kind of. Anyway, that's pretty cool. And he pretty much the same thing there with his stuff on the back. So pretty cool stuff there. So it was a lot of fun. Had a blast. We're going to talk later during the What's on My Mind. We'll talk about what all we did there while we're at Bronco Supercell and some of the fun stuff. And man, I have patches too. And I think I am working on getting some patches. So anybody that sent me a patch and I wasn't able to give you one, I'm going to have all these here. So I'm going to make sure that I send them back to you, get a hold of you on Instagram. I think everybody has their hat title on here, and I'll make sure I get a patch back to you guys when I get one. And here's a couple that I thought was really fun. So these two here, this one here is Indy Bronco KY. So they're from Kentucky. Right, the shape of their state I thought was really cool. Is this Michigan? Anyway, so I like that. So I was telling Sarah, I'm like, there probably aren't too many Kansas people in the Bronco community out there traveling around. So I think I might get the state of Kansas with our Bronco in the middle of it, since we're in Salina, Kansas City, right in the middle. And that might be the patch that I do, and get that out. So because I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe if I do that on a patch instead of.
Thank you, Altering Nation.
So anyway, there you go. Did they give us a donation? So my donation was for certain reasons. They gave me some merch while I was there, and I'm like, they're like, no, don't pay us, and I'm like, I'll pay you. Yes.
We need more Supercell time. Come to Colorado.
Yes, you got to come to Colorado Supercell. That's the closest one to us. So anyway, but yeah, that was a long journey. We did. In fact, Barb wants to pop in here. She's got one of the kiddos at the school is doing a concert, so she's over at the school tonight. But she's going to jump in here later. She's hoping because there was a really nice campground we stayed at right off the highway at Paducah, Kentucky, that I would recommend if you're going through there. So we were going through. Timing worked out. We ended up getting in just after 10, so we just set up actually, we didn't even set up. We just kind of like we just lowered the tongue down and just slept right in the back of the trailer, which was so nice to do, and only cost us $25 because we didn't use any of their electricity. So that's cheaper than a hotel. Let me tell you that.
That's cheaper. That's why we're staying in Buena Vista in a campground.
Yeah, he got a Hot Wheels Bronco and a sticker swap. So I had somebody that follows the channel and watches our videos, even the Ford video guy videos, and knew of me, came by and he says, I got to shake your hand. He came by and he had some Hot Wheels and one. I'm like, so in that, for those of you who don't know, the buttons at the top, whatever those are called now, I can't think of it. I'm missing two because I don't have a sway bar disconnect. I don't have a front locker. So because of that, a Hot Wheels sits in there just perfectly. And so he had a little Bronco, the National Parks Bronco there. So I said, hey, I want to buy this. And he goes, no, you can have it or whatever. I'm like, no, really? And he goes, no, the least I can do for what you've done for me, because he had a Raptor that was been waiting on. Anyway, so he gave me a Hot Wheels. So thank you very much for that. And they had a booth set up. So and I got their information because they got some pretty cool stuff that I might be purchasing from them. So anyway, Lebo and I had a phone conversation. He's like, when the kids graduate, when Theo graduates from high school, let's buy a convertible Mustang. He has a specific one he wants. I'm like, I was hoping to get a Bronco. And he's like, well, I really want to go back to a Mustang. I was like, he's like, I just want a convertible. I'm like, well, Bronco's a convertible. That's right.
He's like, you're not wrong.
Yep. All right. So moving on, we probably need to move on. Recent videos this last week, we did have, while I was at Supercell, we had recorded ahead of time the 24 F-150 Lightning Bolt. That's our lowered Lightning. We do things a little differently. We don't call it a sleeper. It's a package we do. We don't just say, hey, we're just going to put, supercharger or whatever. We know most people are going to lower it, put some cool wheels and everything. So we make our own package out of it. We've been doing it for over 10 years now. And I think this is the best yet. And I think this is the best video we've done on it to talk about that we don't just drop it, but we actually replace the upper and lower control arms. So you have a great ride still. And then Has it been 10 years? That's what Blake said. Because the first year that they made those was the first year that Lebo and I had our Lightning, because I remember they're like, oh, we're making this. I'm like, oh, we have our original Lightning. We can put them side by side. 10 years. We bought that 6 years ago. Well, I don't think that was the first. I mean, when you wanted to do that was not the first year. Maybe it was the first year that they supercharged it. I don't know, but we've been doing it for a while. Anyway, I don't know how long. I know I've been doing the videos for quite a while, but it's, I think, the best one. And there's a couple things that we do that you can't get those anywhere else, because we did a special run and bought enough that they did them just for us. And that's the wheels. And of course, the leather, you can only get that. So there's a specific design. We worked with the company that does the leather. I can't think of it in my mind right now. Well, it's Top King, but they got bought out by somebody. Oh. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, that design on the seat, I should say, the leather suede isn't new. You can get leather suede, but with the Lightning Bolt graphic and everything, they made just for us. So they won't let anybody else order that, but you can get them through us. And then the wheels, those wheels, two different options there, because we promised a certain set of wheels. Mm-hmm. We're doing 60 of these this year. 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drives. Anyway, so that video's out. We also did a Maverick Monday. We talked about recalls yesterday. And I think I covered them all. And something I did not mention that we'll mention when we get to recalls each week is, I don't think about this, but there is a website you can go to find recalls for your specific VIN. You put your VIN in, and it tells you what recalls your vehicle has. So, and what we talk about in recalls is, a lot of times we talk about those advance notices on recalls in our live stream here that won't officially be there. If you put your VIN in, if there's an advance notice, it won't show yet until owners have been notified. That's when it's going to load for you. So when we talk about advance notice on some things, at least you have an idea that, hey, mine could have this coming up. I'll be in lookout for that. But you can go to Ford.com/support/recalls-details/ if you want to. So I'll try to remember to do that. And even I'll try to flash it on the screen up there. But anyway, so you can always do that. We'll talk about more recalls this week And then I had a video. My personal channel went live tonight on the IEG installs we did. We'll talk about those later for those that didn't watch that. And then upcoming videos, we do have a Bronco Supercell where we talk about different vendors that were there, and we didn't go through all of them, so I feel bad. But I was trying to have fun too and enjoy myself. And so I didn't get to all the vendors on what they do. Sometimes I went to a couple vendors and they weren't there to talk. I didn't like when I didn't get one and do a video on the armadillo top. They were there.
Yeah.
And I think they're about ready.
Fun.
I think they're about ready for videos, videos. I think they're about ready for taking orders on those. Mm-hmm. So they have a couple different designs, but I watched it. Yeah. I'm still okay with my cloth top. Mm-hmm. If the cloth top ever breaks, then I might think about it. But at this present time, and then I am still waiting for Ford's email saying I can order the hard top. I've heard somebody else has gotten their hard top already ordered that had a cloth top. So, so I'm waiting. I don't know. $5,000 is a pretty good deal on that. I don't know. Yeah. I like the convenience of the cloth top. It might be one of those things where I would put the hard top on during the winter, when I'm ready. But like for us, we were in line and we're going to go on a drive, and everybody's like, it's a nice day. We're popping our tops. And all of them had hard tops, almost all of them. And here they are, popping the panels, and they can only pop the front 2 panels off and tuck those. The middle one on the 4 doors is long. It doesn't stow. And, so they're just doing the front 2, and I'm just like, flip, push it back. And now I have 2 rows of free air. That's a nice convenience. I love that. For right now, we'll enjoy that. It is a little noisier on the road, but I like Allie's solution. Allie has the little best stop, little flip back thing that goes. So basically, you take the first the front 2 panels, the middle one, you basically take that off and put this on instead. But it's not something you can just take on and off easily. So when you put that on, it's something you can take it off and put the hard top back on. But anyway, so she's that's the way she runs with her Bronco, and that's a great way too. So anyway, to each their own, right? That's why they make options for everybody. All right, what else? And then of course next week we'll have a Maverick Monday. Episode 17. So I need help. So I need some suggestions on that. And then we're going to Roush.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a video on the Roush F-150. Not really surprised since TC Customs already has theirs out. Time-wise, it didn't work for us. We had that expansion last week. Supercell last week was Supercell. Week before was the expansion. Ribbon cutting and such. So time-wise, it didn't work until this week. So that's where we're heading out tomorrow. And so hopefully I can get that video online by Friday night. We'll see. I'll work hard on that. So there you go. And don't forget about the channels we support down below. They're linked down there. All Train Nation, Bird Dog, Off-Road, not Overland. Allie's channel is down there. Check it out. And check her out on Instagram more than anything. And she's actually helping Bronco Driver with their social. So a lot of the stuff that you saw on Bronco Driver this week on their Instagram was Allie's doing, I think. Yeah. So anyway, all good stuff. All right. Members?
Yeah.
You got some highlighted?
I do.
We got some great members. How you can become a member?
Yes, let's start with that. If you'd like to become a member, it's that join button right beside the subscribe button. If you're an iPhone user, you no longer have to follow special instructions because it's now showing up in the app.
So I can just remove that.
Yeah.
Did you get confirmation of that? For sure.
Someone said that they saw it, and I got a picture of it from someone.
All right. And yeah, and then you can find all that content right on the homepage now. Yep. If you're not a member, you can see the video and like what it is, but you can't actually watch it.
Yep. But if
so you can the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I need to think about that.
You can also find it under community and membership as well.
Yep. And you get notifications when they go live too. Yeah.
But we do a member live.
And we have this last week we didn't. Yeah.
We didn't. There weren't enough orders to go through. Saturday you usually get a lot walk, or you get a special video if we're traveling or something. Holidays we try and do a little special video with that we post to members only. all of that fun stuff. And then we do new member packets, and I actually came up with a new way to get information to send those out. If you have not received a new member packet, go ahead and go over to posts or the community tab, and it's in the post there. It will say, well, I explained what it is. So you just go fill it out, and then from there I'll get all the responses and I can send you a new member packet. That will make it easier. If anyone's address has changed, we can update them, so on and so forth. But that is a little bit easier than email.
So. There you go. And I think All Train Nation's been doing it that way too.
Yes, and I got my idea from them.
I never filled it out for them, but
yeah, but it's just a form that you just go and fill out.
There you go. And we'll try to create that post every so often for new people. If we see some people added, got added on over the weekend or whatever, or during the week, the Tuesday live stream, then we'll pop it in there on Fridays. Yep. All right. Let's see what else. And we do member shout outs. And you get to see videos early.
Yes.
All right.
So we'll start with our wonderful moderator, Ridgeview. He said, "Hey, folks, see you all soon." We have Anthony Spraccio from New York. We have Clarence Roller. Here's hoping 24S24 will allow me to take the trickle charger off my 22 MAV. I was asking that same question today. Yeah. Similar. Just chilling today, waiting for my MAV a couple weeks away. That's right. It's shipped. Last I checked, it was in Texas.
Yep. He'll be one of our last Maverick deliveries.
Yep.
And I say that like it's over, but
pretty much
for about 4 months it will be. Unless we, somebody wants to stock one. I mean, because anyway, I won't get into that. I won't rant tonight. I won't rant tonight.
Gino, hi friends. We have Elizabeth. Evening friends. Hope everyone is doing well. Jack Evans from Central Florida. He is back home.
Yep.
Elizabeth said, put my MAV to work this weekend. Fun fact, you can fit 7 people in the cab. Granted, it's not comfortable, but when having to move people in a hurry, comfort goes out the window.
Some of those could have fit in the back of the bed. Just saying.
Steve Young, good evening, everyone from Virginia. Jack Evans, yep, he's back from Supercell, doing great. Bucko, good evening, everyone. Mabsim, hello all. Terry McGee, good evening to all. Hope you are all doing well. Mike M is here. We got a donation from him. He said he got a lot of stickers.
Oh,
that was a donation.
Oh.
Niles Gridley, hey friends. Brian Foster, good evening from Orange County, California, where it's kind of gloomy. It's actually been sunny today. Steve Young, hey Ridgeview. While you were gone, we had rain. It's clouds.
I'm just looking at whether or not the sun's going to come in at us, but now it's shifted over to here, so I'll be all right. Because I didn't pre-record my scheduling notes, so I was thinking, well, that is a benefit of doing that.
Yep. All right, question for Supercell attendees. What was the highlight of the event?
We're going to talk about that later. Gotta hold on or come back in an hour.
We have Mike Lyons. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Nathan Wolf. Hey, everyone. Hope you had a great trip. Tim. Brandon Erkey. Hello. Steve Young is here.
That's like the third time you've...
For Steve Young?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Not for Steve Young. I've had other people, but I don't think Steve Young.
Just give me bad time.
I'm catching up. And so sometimes
she's doing it on her phone, so it's really difficult.
Well, I even do it on the computer.
Somebody forgot her laptop, so she's have to do it on her phone.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone from Arquibido. We know All Terrain Nation is here. We have Marine Vet Sup Tribe. Let's see. We'll unstar these. We have Clarence Roller. Might be cheaper than a hotel, but the room service is lacking.
I didn't need anything. I just went right to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I'm late, but hello, everyone. Not too late for the member shoutouts. We also have Henry Stoyer here. Supercell was a blast.
Yay!
I'm scared to add up the receipts.
He was getting stuff from about every vendor, I think. He was getting something Diabolical, maybe Mountains of Metal, IAG. He actually check out IAG's Instagram because they interviewed him too.
Jocelyn Kunkel is here. She hasn't joined us live in a while, but welcome. We enjoy having you here.
Henry, I didn't see your sticker. You got any stickers? If you're Bronco. He wasn't at the sticker shop. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. All right. What's next? Good dealer moment?
Yeah.
And if we missed any members, we are sorry. Welcome to all the members. All right, Niles, did you ask what's in the cup? Did you ask that yet?
No, he has not.
What's in
not
the
that
cup?
I can tell.
You know what? I had it in a can, and I like, you know what? I'm gonna pour it in this just because I forgot my other my fun tumbler, just so that Niles could say what's in the cup.
All right, I got
Craig Mock's here. Also, we'll just throw
yeah.
out some of those that popping in now. And Niles, we mentioned Niles. Montauk, is he in here? They could have been getting his Maverick soon.
All right.
All right.
So, you want to throw up that slide?
Yeah.
So this week we have a Kansas dealer in Louisburg, Kansas.
You mean Lewisburg?
Lewisburg?
Yeah.
Lewisburg Ford, in Lewisburg, Kansas. James Baker was their sales associate. They accepted X-Plan, recent graduate discount, and had my rollover private offer already applied when I showed up. Didn't hassle me for extended warranty or anything. So if you're looking for a good dealer, Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas, and James Baker was their salesman.
Cool. All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to add this here. All right. Okay. Well, thank you. And yeah, you're getting those from the Maverick Truck Club.
I am.
For the most part. But if you have any, you're maybe with a different model, you can send those to us as well. Sarah Davis at McArthur.
Yes.
Sarah with an H.
Henry says we don't need no stinking stickers. You know, Lebo has the same thought process. He hates stickers because they get just, it's like little kids just put stickers everywhere. No stickers are allowed in our house. Well, do you know what he gets every year? Stickers. The kids get stickers for every holiday.
Yeah.
So I got Will a sticker book.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
I am looking because I do have some stickers on my cooler because I put all the ones that came in. I put them on the cooler and I was gonna put them on there and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should create
a board.
Just create a board.
I could get you a sticker book.
Maybe.
You can just keep adding pages.
Yep.
And I can probably take the ones off your cooler and put them into the book.
Good. But the ones in the cooler were sent to me.
Oh.
Whereas these here I got at Supercell.
So maybe have a Supercell book.
Yeah. So I'll have the ones that I've gotten Supercell. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Whatever. Everybody updates their Broncos between now and then. I've already changed mine. Just after the stickers were all done, now mine looks different already. It might be, but there's still something else I think I'm going to get done that hopefully will. I already told you about that. I think it'll look different by Supercell Colorado. So I'm going to have to get new stickers for Supercell Colorado.
Yeah. Montauk said, wait, Niles, did I miss the first round of what's in the cup? And then they said, what's in the cup?
I never said.
So they're guessing code red? Question mark? Is it code red?
Nope.
And
I'm not.
Who said that? And Niles said, wrong slide, Tim. Because you did the good dealer moment when he was saying what's in the cup.
I'm not telling you. You guys got to guess. I don't think you will. Anyway.
All right.
Are you ready for you guys? While I'm doing the scheduling, you guys can guess what's in the cup. Take a poll.
I know what it is. Right?
Throw in a poll
I think.
with some options. I
Can
don't
I
think you
do
know
that
what
from
it
here?
is. I don't know. I don't know if you can tell what it is. It's clear liquid, so that makes it hard. Anyway, okay. Well,
I saw you pour something in there earlier, but I don't think that's what it is now.
And he took out the trash already, so you can't look at the trash can.
So even I don't know.
No. All right. Okay. I got to get my camera right here. We ready for this? All right. We'll go and do the scheduling stuff. You guys go and do your have fun while I'm doing that.
Are you back to G Fuel?
All right. We're ready to go over some scheduling information for this week. And we are getting close to where we're kind of getting through most of the allocations that have been given out for retail orders for get this microphone all figured out for most of the month. So most of you, I usually try to schedule the first couple weeks. So we're really going to be talking about, mainly for some of this, again, early on, those allocations go out for retails first with those allocations, so that those are always scheduled first. So right now, you're going to see some of the models that aren't scheduling because they've already scheduled for their retails and their stock. Because what usually happens if a dealer's getting allocations, the first thing that Ford wants to pull is those retail orders first, and then fill in stock ones. Ordering and scheduling and production around those retails. And that's typically what they do. And then we've already had a couple weeks of doing that. So this week we're getting into like the last couple weeks. And so at this point, it's really to help dealers fill in and use their allocations. Like we have a few allocations that need to be used like on F-150 and Super Duty and such. And for what they can schedule, that's what they're going to try to do. So let's go through and kind of throw out that slide first. Kind of go over these terminologies. If I can find my mouse, there we go. All right. So first off is talking about order bank. The order bank, that is where the orders are placed by the dealer for their stock in retail orders. So when you're ordering a vehicle, you're not ordering from Ford. You're actually ordering from the dealer. The dealer submits that order for you in the order bank. And a retail order is that customer placed order. So a lot of times we'll say when we talk about retail orders or stock orders, that's what we're referring to. Stock orders are orders that are placed by the dealer for stock or lot inventory. Now, a priority code is given to every order. The default is 19 for retail orders and 80 for stock orders, but they can be altered. For a retail order, they can be anything from an 03 through a 19, and it's a way for dealers to be able to prioritize certain customers, or like if an order's been overlooked several weeks and they've been waiting, you want to make that order a priority, then you give it a low 03 or low number. And then the lower, the better. So it's like a golf score there. Scheduling, that's when Ford schedules an order for a production date in the future months. Usually they'll get scheduled to the week first, and then as it gets closer to that week, they'll schedule it then to the day of the week. And then allocations. The reason we want to bring up allocations is because that's how an order is scheduled. So a Ford gives dealers allocations to schedule their orders. A dealer needs an allocation to schedule an order in the order bank. A dealer earns those allocations from their sales for each model within their region. So most models, it's pretty easy, cut and dry. I'll leave it at that. Constraints, that is options that are in short supply or may take longer to build. And how you get a constraint is looking at the capacity. So a capacity is the planned production rate for given motor, trim, option, and such. If there are more orders than their capacity, that's where you get that constraint. Or if a supplier cannot supply what their original capacity was, that affects that constraint as well. Job 1 and 2, production is given into 2 different runs because if they want to introduce something new that they didn't have ready when the new model year started, then that's a way for them to introduce that into the second half of the production run, like Ford is doing on the Bronco and some things for the Ranger as well, which should be happening next week, actually. And then balance out, that's the end of production for a particular model, trim, maybe a color, that kind of thing. So there you go. So there's the different terminologies for everything there. So if I mentioned some of those, now you know a little bit about what that is. So let's start with the 24 model year Mustang. The order banks are open up for a 24 Mustang. They plan to produce those through the end of this year into December, I believe. And currently there's 609 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for the Mustang. Yeah, not too bad there. They have a lot of them. They are not scheduling this week, so there are no notes in here because they aren't scheduling. So that's all I have for Mustang. 24 model year Escape. Order banks are open up for the 24 model year Escape, and there currently is 187 unscheduled orders. Not that many at all. So no problems there, but they are not scheduling this week. Like I said, most retail orders have already been scheduled for those two models. If you have a retail order for either one of those, more than likely it won't get scheduled until they're going to start scheduling for May's scheduling, which would be for July's production. So, all right, next is the 24 model year Bronco Sport. Order banks are open up for the Bronco Sport, including the Heritage Edition and the freewheeling if you want to order those. There's currently only 75 unscheduled orders in the order bank for the Bronco Sport. So because of that, really no constraints on there. There are a couple things because they are scheduling this week for the weeks of 6/3 through the week of 6/24. They're doing cleanup scheduling, which means that they have certain slots available. So they've scheduled most of the production, but for dealers that have open allocations, they want to try to use those. So here are some of the notes for dealers to help them try to use their allocations. They said limit availability for the Big Ben trim, also for the black appearance package, which is optional on the Big Ben. Also, the all-season tire that's standard on the Big Ben as well is limited. Exhausted availability for the convenience package, which is optional on the Big Ben and the freewheeling, as well as the 17-inch carbonized painted high-gloss wheel that's standard on the Big Ben. So if a dealer has allocations to use, maybe they probably don't have retail orders, or else they probably weren't scheduled. There's only 75 nationwide not scheduled. But they need to get scheduled. If dealers have like Big Bens and all that, it may not get scheduled. So you may, as a dealer, if you're out there wanting to get, you need to use those last allocations. You might look at like Outer Banks, or you might look at a Big Ben without the convenience package, that kind of thing. Yeah, so black appearance package maybe work, but maybe the black diamond package because it has a different wheel. That might help because that wheel is constrained. So that's kind of how that kind of works for that model. Next is the 24 model year Ranger. Order banks are open up, including the Ranger Raptor, but a little disclaimer there. A dealer needs an allocation for a Ranger Raptor. Just because they have 2, 3, 4 orders in the system doesn't mean they're waiting for them to get scheduled. If they're only going to get 1 or 2 allocations for the year, they can put in all the orders they want to. It doesn't mean they're going to get scheduled. You have to have an allocation to schedule an order. And, right now, if your dealer sells a lot of Raptors, Bronco Raptors, F-150 Raptors, then probably they're getting Ranger Raptor allocations. Otherwise, they're probably not. So you want to try to make sure you look at those dealers and figure that out. There's currently only 815 unscheduled retail orders in order bank. I think it was 1,500 last week. So they cut that in half last week. So not that many unscheduled Ranger orders in there. Probably most of those are Raptors. They are scheduling this week for the weeks of 6/3 through the weeks of 6/24. Job 1 balance out is cleanup scheduling is happening this week. So they're moving to job 2, I think next week. Or maybe the week after. Anyway, so they are going to be cleaning that up this month. But actually, probably job 1 scheduling goes through this next week as well, because I think the order guide is going to come out for job 2, but that means they're not going to schedule that same week for job 2. So probably going to have 1 more week of scheduling, I would assume. Now, for those dealers that have allocations, maybe they don't have retail orders, but they have some stock they could schedule. Here are some notes if you want to use those allocations for this month. Limit availability for the forged beadlock capable wheel that's optional on the Raptor. So you might want to think about going with the I think that's the optional wheel. So you might want to stay with the standard wheel there on a Raptor. Also, the advanced towing package is optional on the Lariat 4x4 is also limit availability. So you might look at, maybe order an XLT, STX, or, whatever. So there you go. All right. Next up is a 24 model year Bronco. Order banks are open up for about all trim levels except for the Heritage and Heritage Limited. They are not open, but all others are available for ordering. There's currently only 1,647 unscheduled retail orders. I got to make sure I see that right without my glasses. So 1,600 unscheduled retail orders for the Bronco, which is fabulous. Most everybody's scheduled. There's only 13 unscheduled Everglades orders in the system. A little note that I saw there. Yeah, not too many of about it. You can really order about anything and be good to go because they're within capacity on about everything, which is glad to finally see that, right? Here's some notes on the Bronco. They are scheduling this week for the weeks of 6/3 through the weeks of 6/24. Of course, we are talking dealers with allocations. Dealer done allocation, they're not going to get scheduled, but dealers with allocations. And this is job one, balance out, clean up scheduling. Again, trying to fill in and use those last allocations for dealers if they haven't. Here are some notes for dealers so they know there is no availability for the 4-door Heritage Limited. If you have a Heritage Limited allocation, you need to order a 2-door if you get an allocation. I don't know if Ford will carry that allocation over to next month, so they might make you put that order in that way. Exhausted availability for the hardtop right now. So they've already filled in all the hardtop capacity and production that they have for this month, or for the month of June, I should say, that they've been scheduling for. So right now they're needing cloth top orders. So if you are a dealer out there that has an allocation to use, you need to order a cloth top to use that allocation probably. So there you go. All right. Next is a 24 model year Maverick. Order banks are open up for the Maverick, believe it or not. And there's currently only 7,989 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for the Maverick. That's pretty low. Of that, 60% of those are XL. 72% of the 7,900, let's just round it up to 8,000, is hybrid as well. So you can tell what I'm going to talk about next here in just a little bit. All right. So some notes on Maverick. They are scheduled this week for the weeks of 6/3 through the weeks of 6/24. Again, this is cleanup scheduling. So this would be dealers with allocations that haven't been used for those retail orders. And maybe they have, they can't get any more retail, or they may have some retail orders, but because of the retail orders and what they are, they're not scheduling. But if you have an allocation, they're going to want to try to schedule a stock one then instead. Which I know it's difficult to understand, but you saw how many hybrid and XL orders there are. They need some of the other type of orders. So let me read the notes here. It says limit availability for the hybrid, also for the spray and bed liner, and also the optional spray and liner, not the one that comes in your Lariat package. Also the tire that's on the XL XLT, the 225/65 R17 as well. Exhausted availability for the XL, as well as the front wheel drive, basically. And then also the black appearance package, it's optional on XLT and Lariat. The modular hard drop-in liner, that's optional, not the one that's included in the XLT Lux package. And then the bed extender, which is optional on all series. So basically, they've already figured in what production they have for those things. And so then when they say exhausted, that means they really can't fill in too many more because they're almost at capacity on those things. So if you have an allocation then you need to get scheduled, you probably need to look at an EcoBoost. You probably need to look at one not with appearance package, and also no optional bed liners, right? And then no bed extenders. So if you're needing that allocation, no XL as well. So that's what you want to look at. So that'd be a dealer that has maybe an allocation, no retail orders. They need a stock order. You need to put in probably an EcoBoost order if you want to use that allocation. Probably trimmer would be the best case scenario in my opinion, but there you go. All right, next is the 25 model year Explorer. Order banks are open up for the Explorer, and there's currently only 408 unscheduled retail orders for the Explorer right now. They are scheduled for the weeks of 6/3 through the week of 6/24. Cleanup scheduling, again, just like with the other notes, that means dealer has allocations to use. Then they're trying to fill in and use those allocations. But here are some of the the notes they're telling dealers that they need to try to adhere to get that allocation used for an order. They are needing, they encourage dealerships to choose the 64X wheel. That is an 18-inch sparkle silver painted wheel that's standard on active. Also, limited availability for the 3.0 EcoBoost, also the Active Series, and the 20-inch luster nickel painted aluminum wheel, which is standard on the Platinum. Exhausted availability for the 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine. That's very confusing. I'll talk about that in a second. Also, exhaust availability for the ST line, the ST, and the Platinum. Also, the 21-inch magnetite painted aluminum wheel, which is standard on ST, including an ST line street package, and the 21-inch dark alloy polished wheel that's included in the Ultimate package on the Platinum, as well as a 20-inch carbonized gray painted 10-spoke that's available on the Active 4-wheel drive. So it's a little confusing because exhaust availability for the 2.3, the other engine available on the Explorer is the 3.0. Well, that's limited availability. So it's kind of sometimes that makes it really difficult for dealers to understand Ford. So anyway, so what should we order right at this point? So probably need to look for like a Platinum, but then again, you can't have the standard Platinum because the wheel's exhausted or limited, right? And so you got to look at that. And then even the wheel that's on the Ultimate package is exhausted. So you're probably better off going with the limited availability option, which is a standard wheel on that, and then go with the 3.0 EcoBoost because that's limited, not exhausted. It gets a little tricky when you're a dealer trying to figure out how to use your allocations if they didn't get used. So, all right. Next up is the 24 model year Expedition. Order banks are open up right now. There's currently only 219 unscheduled Expedition orders in the order bank. Not too many in there. They are not scheduling this week, so there are no notes there. That's Expedition. I think Expedition's going to be we're going to see 2025 here shortly. That's just, I don't have any confirmation of that. Nobody's told me anything. It's just last time it was summertime, like July when they opened up the order bank. So I expect Expedition, we should get some information on 25 soon, hopefully. All right, 24 model year Mach-E. Order banks are open up for this, for all trim levels. It does say a note in here. It says retail job 2 expected to open April 30th. Sorry. Any updates or changes will be communicated. So their plan is to go to job 2 April 30th. So we'll see what that order rate. So next week we're actually going to be looking at a couple different order banks, I believe. Some job 2 order guides. So we'll probably be looking at the Mach-E and the Bronco and the Ranger. So could be a busy week next week going over those. They are scheduling this week. There's currently only 15 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for the Mach-E. They are scheduling this week for the weeks of 6/3 through the weeks of 6/24. It is job 1 balance out cleanup scheduling. So they'll probably have this week and next week to balance out. They may not schedule next week. They might just try to finish it out this week. But there you go. All right. Before moving on to Super Duty. All right. 24 model year Super Duty order banks are open up right now. There's currently 14,420 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are scheduling this week at Kentucky for the weeks of 5/13 through 5/27, and for Ohio for the week of 6/17. And let's see here. Of course, same notes for dealers are needing some F250 and 350 XL and XLT orders with the 6.8 liter without the heavy duty alternator with the hitch prep package, the 5th wheel. So they're needing them, with just one or the other. Also, they also need the 7.3 liter orders without the 5th wheel gooseneck hitch prep package 53W. And then let's see here. Also, they also are needing some spray and bed liners. So if you want a tough bed spray and liner, it should be okay to order that because it looks like they need production to happen at that facility. Limited availability for the 6.7 liter high output Power Stroke diesel engine. Also for the fuel tank, the OBKRQ fuel tank that is included in the 6.7 liter Power stroke diesel engine on the XL, XLT, or Lariat pickup or chassis cabs on the F350, 450, 550, and 600 with 65Z. Also, the fuel tank that's included in the 7.3 liter V8 engine that's on the XL, XLT, or Lariat pickup or chassis cab F350, 450, 550s, and 600s, also with 65Z. Also, limited availability for the F350. Also, the crew cab. Haven't seen that in a while. And the lug nut cap that's available on the XL, Lariat King Ranch Platinum 4x4s, 250s and 350 single rear wheels with the 10.5, 11.6, and 11.8 axles, as well as lug nut cap that's available on the XLT, XL Lariat, mentions XL again, F250, F350, single wheel 4x4s. That's the 11.6 and 11.8 axles. And then the 4x4 Dana front axle that's available on F450 and 550 is also limited. That's going to hurt the 450s there because that's probably what's going to be on most 450s. Also, the 203-inch wheelbase fuel tank with the low sulfur diesel fuel. I did notice last week it was really weird that we had some F450 orders that were previewing on Friday after they'd scheduled, which I thought was unusual. They didn't schedule any of them, but this week so far today, I don't see any of those orders previewing today. So I know Henry's in the chat or on our live stream, and so that is not, your order is not previewing this week. So anyway, kind of weird, but it could tomorrow. We'll see how things go because sometimes they'll preview different orders on different days. All right, next is the 2024 model year F-150. Order banks are open up for the F-150, but not the Lightning. I've been leaving out the Lightning, so make sure I'm specific on that. Order banks are not open up for the Lightning. They are scheduling. There's currently 6,030 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank, and they are scheduled this week for the week of 6/10. And then don't forget, if you have the tow haul package, you need to make sure you have the max tow axle. That's either XL5 or XL7. XL5 is the 355 max tow electronic locking rear axle, and XL7 is a 373 max tow electronic locking rear axle. You got to make sure those are on your order if you have the tow haul package, or it won't get scheduled. Limited availability for the STX Black Appearance package, which looks really cool. Also, limited availability for the 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost, and also limited availability for the 5.0, 3.5, and the 2.7 dual exhaust. So I think that's your Black Appearance package. And then limited availability for the Tough Bed Spray and Liner. So there you go. Nothing else to note there. On the Lightning, they are shipping out the Lightnings, but they still have not opened up the order banks anymore for the Lightnings. So they're down to, I think, one shift at the Lightning facility. So 24 model year Transit order banks are open up. There's currently only 5,576 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for the Transit. They are scheduled this week for the week of 6/10. It is job 1 balance out cleanup scheduling. So they're going to have job 2 as well. We got a lot of order guides to look at. And the only thing in here is limited availability for the heavy duty front axle. That's 41E. Other than that, there's no other constraints on there. But they're going to try to balance out job 1 for the Transit as well. So that is all of our scheduling information for this week. So if you're in the live chat, we'll take your questions. If you're watching this recorded, drop those down in the comments. Try to get to those as soon as we can. And if you are watching the recorded version, you can come over and watch it live with us and ask your questions live so we can answer those. So for those that are live, Sarah, back to you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't see any questions about scheduling, except one guy said that the Ford Tracker is showing that his Super Duty is still in transit, but he's been driving it for 21 days.
So it's at the dealer.
And he's been driving it for 21 days.
The Ford Trackers aren't the best sometimes.
So, and then Douglas Blair had any comments on Road and Tracks publishing of Ford's MSRP/dealer invoice price or dealer price Is the amount that the dealer paid the manufacturer for the car real? So did you see that someone published MSRPs versus invoice? They did
they publish those all. I mean, to be honest, MSRP is always published. You mean that like the invoice based on the MSRP?
Yeah. So someone wrote an article, and I haven't read it and I haven't found it yet, but I believe someone wrote an article about MSRP versus invoice and what is your real number and what is the dealer actually paying. So they're wondering if we have any thoughts on that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's markup. I mean, we can't buy the vehicles at invoice and sell them at invoice and continue to stay in business. I mean, we got to make money if we can, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's rebates to help and such.
Yeah.
But I mean, and we truly are. I mean, I think the way Ford is doing it now is that there is holdback in there. But what a lot of people don't realize is that holdback isn't money given to dealers. So they might see that there's $1,500 of holdback, but they don't understand what that holdback's for. That holdback is actually to help pay for the interest on the vehicle. After 3 months, you've lost all your holdback on that particular vehicle.
Right.
So you might have a vehicle that, you have some vehicles you sell in a week or two, right? Yeah. So we get to keep all that holdback. But then we have some vehicles that, our goal always, this because your price is to sell the vehicles within 3 months so that we can continue to have that. And that holdback money is what we get. And we actually use it to offset pricing on other vehicles. I probably shouldn't say that because that's how we are able to stay moving vehicles and everything. But we have vehicles that are $12,000 off on our website right now. And I can tell you right now, there is not $12,000 of markup. We have wrote a lot of those vehicles down and offset them with another account. So there's a lot to go into that, but that's kind of, I guess that's all. I'd leave it there. So usually the more expensive the vehicle is, the more markup there is. It's pretty simple. I'll tell you right now, Maverick XLs is like $500. So all of our Mavericks that we have $500 off of MSRP, those are at invoice.
Road and Track posted the article.
So, I mean, and the more the vehicle is, the more it makes. I remember we had, remember the EcoSport?
Yeah.
They made like $100 or less. Like they were like no markup. And your electric vehicles are showing MSRP and invoice being the same. But there is money if a dealer knows what they're doing. There is money that they get if they sell those vehicles in a timely manner and they're certified in all their training and everything else. They do get a kick. The dealer gets a kickback, whether they give it to the salespeople or not. It's up to them. But
yeah,
is what that is. I don't know if there's any more.
They're like
we don't need to
They
get
just
upset
thought it
about
was shady to print the numbers.
I mean, I've showed it to customers that are working deals because some people think,
Right.
hey, I have, let's negotiate some more. And I'll take that invoice and go out there and say, there isn't any more. Here is my true number. And I will show them the invoice. I've done that before years ago. I don't do that much. I don't negotiate anymore in that position anymore. But, when I wasn't marketing, I was as a sales manager, I've taken that invoice right out.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was doing internet sales, I'd show them right out the gate. I'd say,
MSRP,
here's my internet price.
With how dealers were marking it up and whatnot, people are thinking that MSRP is a secret. I'm like, go to any new car on the lot.
Yeah,
there's a window sticker. They actually have to legally have the window sticker in the window for you to see. That's your MSRP.
And if Ford lowers the price on vehicles like they did on the Bronco Sport, they send out new MSRPs, new window stickers with a lower price, which it took them. They said they're going to get them to us right away on the Bronco Sport, and it was a while before we got them, but we finally got them. So,
yeah. So someone's like, well, something looks different with our setup here. I forgot my laptop, as we mentioned earlier. So I started writing the questions down.
Well, you can still highlight them.
Yes, but
it's not easy to do in there.
When I am in StreamYard, I always do something to mess it up. So I'm out of StreamYard and I'm only in YouTube. I'm going to stay in YouTube.
Do we need to switch roles today? You do the talking, and I'll play producer.
I mean, I can. Anyone hear the new?
Yeah, because you don't have anything started.
No, I've been writing it down.
All right. Any other questions?
Not regarding scheduling. We did have guesses on what's in your cup. Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
The majority guessed G Fuel, but we had Red Bull, vodka, Arnold Palmer, juice, Sprite, old fashioned, and green tea.
Well, I can't drink alcohol while on the job, and I'm still at the dealership, so you won't see alcohol in my cup. So it is a form of energy drink.
Well, they said G Fuel.
No,
not G Fuel. Ooh,
no,
guys,
something we sell here
guessing.
at the dealership.
Get me.
What's in the
sell here?
And the vending machine.
Out here or in the back room?
Both. It's in both places, but.
Hey, that narrows it down.
There you go. All right. So I don't know what the conversation is, and since you're not like,
will we be doing standalone videos on the new order guides? Anxiously awaiting Ranger Job 2 order guide. You usually don't do a standalone on any changes, right?
I usually don't do a job 2 order guide change. We covered it on a live stream. So next week we'll cover it because I've been told that the 29th is when the job 2 order guide will be available for the Bronco and the Ranger. And they mentioned in here for the Transit as well. And one other model. Oh, Mach-E.
Yeah.
So Mach-E said the 30th. So the 30th is next Tuesday. So we'll see. We might have the hard part and the order guide comes out. They don't tell you what's different. Sometimes on the first page, they'll say, here are the job 2 changes if you're lucky. Some models, they do that. Some they don't. But here's the thing. Sometimes they'll tell you, here are the significant changes. But there'll be some little slight changes that they don't highlight on the first page. And I usually find it by going through every page. And so like some of those order guides, especially Bronco, there's 6 models now?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Something.
So you think about all those models, every single page, going through those takes some time. So I don't always, I won't post a video probably just on that. If there's something significant and big that nobody kind of said, there's something coming from what I understand. And they used to say late availability, like at the beginning of the model year for job 1, they would say late availability is this. Like on the Ranger, we're expecting job 2 will have the 2.7 liter. And they mentioned, now we know about the black appearance package Bronco being part of job 2. So that's not news. But they didn't mention anything else. Now, the painted hardtop is in the source book, but it was never on the order guide as being a late availability item. I will know this because I've watched this, and I don't know if Ragnarcon's in here, but he does too. That has not been something that they have mentioned, but it's in the e-source book. And so anyway, we were expecting that as a job 2, and that could anger some people that ordered a job 1 24 and then like, wait a minute, now I can get body colored painted roof. That could set some people off. So anyway, we'll see how things go.
Johnny tried to pull you and log in as himself and confused a bunch of people. Since the escape price is lowered, where you might be pulling trigger on one. Plug-in escape.
Oh.
Yep. But
I didn't see that change.
Huh. And then people are asking about Maverick recall guide.
Okay, so yeah, I went over all those recalls yesterday. That is what's current that I can think of. Although I forgot the airbag one, so I must have not been keeping those copies of those back then. Could
the escape price have lowered in Canada, but not here?
There's a possibility.
So maybe it's Canada only.
I haven't
MSRP was dropped by $3,000 in Canada.
So I have not seen So our system, I look before every Tuesday live stream. I look at the order guide to see if there's been any changes. They'll redate the order guide or the pricing list. I actually look at both before the live stream, and nothing has
Yeah.
changed in the last 2 weeks for us.
Well, then I assume.
So maybe that's Canada only.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, and
Yeah.
prices have been lowering on things. I will say this: the Escape is too high. That's just my opinion.
Yes.
I think the Escape is too high. I mean, you can get a really good, competitor to the Escape at a really good price. I mean, I think that price needs to be lower. I think the Bronco Sport lowered, which is great. I think it still needs to lower some more. We talked about this before, and that the price needs to be. I believe that the price does need to be about $4,000 from what it was on the Bronco Sport. So still needs some to go. So we'll see.
Yep. All right.
So
yeah, Alan was asking about his sticker, and Niles and I shared the ones that he sent for all three of us last week.
You shared those?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I got them too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. All right. I didn't really watch last week. I listened in a little bit as I was getting ready, but.
Yeah. Did I miss scheduling notes? I ordered 24 Mustang GT in March. You can rewind a little bit.
So there's not really a guide, a recall guide for the Maverick. So I kind of went through some things, and we go through recalls. Like we're going to go through them later.
Yeah.
When they happen each week, anything that's been updated.
Had an update since,
But there's like one about the loss of motor power. That's not the recall. The actual advanced dealer notice hasn't come out yet. So a lot of times I share with you guys on the recalls any advanced dealer notices. Those actually aren't supposed to go out publicly. Usually Ford Authority does. So I go ahead and cover that. But then when the actual recall comes out with the fix, that's when they want to let people know. And that's when the usually official comes out of, hey, here it is. This is how it's fixed. Letters are going to go out soon, but here's the fix for service centers. And so, that's usually what'll happen there. But otherwise, we don't. So there's a couple, and I know there's one where I think it's May 13th is when the advanced dealer notice is coming out for the current one, the loss of motor power. So we won't get details on that until May 13th. And then the actual fix for it, they're saying maybe fourth quarter before we see that. So, yeah.
Thank you, Skeeby.
Yep. But we did mention, you can go to, if you are curious on your own vehicle, you can go to, you know what? I'm going to copy this link. Maybe. Here, I'm going to copy this link and put it in here. Up here. Maybe. Here, you can go to this link. Right there. That link there will get you click on that, put in your VIN number, and it can actually give you what recalls your vehicle has.
Yeah.
What open recalls. And I say open because there's some that maybe aren't open yet. So there you go. So we'll try to share that each week when we go to recalls from now on. I think it was Michael Branson that emailed me that link. And so that was great. He said, why don't you mention this? And I'm like, well, I didn't even know about it, to be honest. So there's a lot of things that we have to be responsible for as dealers. And sometimes I know when it comes to that side of things, since there's so many things we need to know, it's kind of like we need to know about every model, but I can't know everything about each model. Although I feel like I do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I appreciate the donation.
Says, thanks for reporting.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anything else? I think there's something else. I started. Johnny's in here. You mentioned that. So good evening, fellow Ford and Tim and Sarah fans. And then Brandon guessed it. C4.
Oh.
Now, can you guess the flavor? No. Anyway. There you go. C4 is what's in the cup. There you go. All right. So, anything else? And we can keep rolling on these. It's a little different this week because she didn't have the computer, but I'll try to kind of watch a little bit if I can on some of the notes and stuff.
ML Culpepper, that message about the member form, that is real. I posted that today. good to be cautious. Yes.
It is.
Yep.
But when it comes on our YouTube, it should be legit because only Sarah and I have access to our YouTube account, so we don't have access to
And I keep
anybody
my
else.
phone secure.
Yeah, we don't mess with that. So, all right. Okay, so let's get into dealer news. Is there only one or two things here? In fact, I don't even know if I can share this one. I haven't read through these that closely. All right, let me just read through a couple, and then there's one I think is very important that people know, at least dealers know. All right, so let me go through these real quick. Let me post that up there. All right, so this first one is really it's a bulletin, EFC 14813, which it says EV stock replenishment process and dealer stocking guide for the 24 model year F-150 Lightning. And I think this is weird because the order banks aren't open up for the retail ordering, but they're going to give us stock Lightnings, which I think is really weird. I'm like, why don't you just open up the order bank so we can order retail orders? But I think this is cluing in that real soon we should be able to order Lightnings. So anyway, it does say in here, it says, as communicated in EFC 14382, 24 model year F-150 Lightning transitions to the RRC model in second quarter 2024. This communication provides some details regarding the EV dealer stocking portal and dealer stock guide methodology. The EV dealer stocking portal and dealer stock guide only apply to Model E certified elite dealers and only impact 24 model year F-150 Lightning. So EV certified or Model E certified elite dealers can stock Lightnings and Mach-E's. Model E, whatever they call it, the base Model E, just Model E certified, not elite dealers, they can only order retails for their customers. They can't stock them. So that's a benefit of being an elite dealer. It says, as a reminder, if you decided to participate as a Model E select or Model E certified dealer, your dealership is eligible to sell EVs to employees or loyal customers as described in the August 8th, 2023 program update posted to FMC Dealer Model E landing page. So I just said that. Okay. On April 16th of 24, the EV dealer stocking portal will launch. That was last week. I was gone. Anyway, the portal enables certified elite dealers to replenish 24 model year F-150 Lightning stock from retail replenishment centers. That's what RRC stands for. Inventory. The 24 model year Lightning inventory is anticipated to start arriving at RRC locations in early May. So early May, we'll be able to grab those vehicles and put them in our inventory. So that's pretty cool. So there's just kind of a guide for dealers on how to get through that. So dealers, if you're not paying attention, you are a certified elite dealer and you didn't know that, go in and search for the EFC 14813 and you get more information on that and that portal and other things. So I'll have to look through that as I'll put this over here. So I remember that. All right. This next one has to do with price protection for units ordered and sold to the same customer. So you can tell Ford's having issues with dealers not understanding things. So they put this little memo out yesterday. It came out. It says actions requested: become familiar with the rules for populating the customer last name, business name field for a business when inputting orders in Webdo, and implement change in process to input full business name and customer last name, business name. So some of the issues with getting your price protection money back is that if dealers don't put them in the orders correctly, then that's the problem. Now, actually, this information came out a while back. I know Rebecca figured it out a long time ago. But says Ford has noticed price protection not paying out automatically on an increased number of vehicles due to how dealers input business names when inputting orders in Webdo. By inputting the full business name in the customer last name, business name field, price protection will not pay out automatically. As a result, dealers will notice fewer ineligible VINs on their dealer payment statements. That's how they actually get the money back on that. I've reported on this before. With the error order, there's an error code in there. For detailed instructions, see attached file and video. So there actually is a link there. And actually, I did pull it out here. So basically, you need to make sure you're putting it in when you're ordering it correctly. So dealers need to go to that memo. Just came out on the 22nd. If you're having questions on that, that is a change we made for 2023 and 2024 model year. It's actually been out for a while, but not all dealers talk to their reps and such. So there you go. All right, the last one. This actually has to do with the trailer brake controller for the 24 model year F-150. I think this is an important one here. It says summary. There is temporarily no trailer brake controller accessory available for the 24 model year F-150. It says the trailer brake controller accessory kits, and it has the actual codes there, ML 3Z-198-AA/AB/BA/BB/CA/CB are only released to work with 21 to 23 model year F-150s. These kits are not eligible with the new 2024 model year F-150. Do not attempt to sell or install this prior version of the kit, as it will set DTC codes and will not function specifically with the 24 model year F-150. An updated accessory kit will be released in summer of 24 to work with the new 2024 model year F-150. Inform interested accessory customers that the trailer brake controller will be available very shortly for purchase in the coming months. So there you go. So don't try to put the old 23 kit on the 24. So, and hopefully you just ordered the one that comes with the trailer brake controller, and that will fix your problem altogether, because that doesn't really cost. A lot of them come with it. Get the tow haul package. How about that? Just get the tow haul package and you're covered. So just make sure you order it, and don't forget the electronic locking gear ratio while you're at it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there's the dealer news updates.
Yeah.
Any questions you've
No
so far? All right, let's just roll into recalls then.
I'm joined in.
Okay, so there's recalls. So I did put in the link for recalls early in the chat. So if you want to check that out, you can get all the recalls for your specific VIN by going to the owner Ford.com/support/recalls hyphen, I can't see the rest of it, details / So you can go there, put your VIN number, and it tells you which ones they are. So here are two, though, that came out, and the advanced notices won't be in there yet, though. Only when they finally get a fix will you be able to see it. So this is why following us is important, is good information, because actually neither one of these are advanced notices. They are the actual recalls. So this first one is update before sale 24U04. I've never seen one of those before. So this says for certain F-150 or 24 model year, F-150 Lightning, F-150 Raptor, 24 Ranger, and 24 Ranger Raptors. So it says this program will be in effect through April 30th of 2025 for certain unsold vehicles, or up to 60 days post the warranty start date to allow for sales reporting and claim processing. So they don't have a number of VINs yet on this, but the reason for this program is vehicles in this update before sale program were selected for an enhanced pre-delivery inspection due to Ford's continued focus on launch quality. So service action is before demonstrating or delivering any new in-stock vehicles involved in this program, dealers are to perform an enhanced pre-delivery inspection checklist in addition to the standard pre-delivery inspection. This service may be performed on all affected vehicles at no charge to the vehicle owner. For new vehicle storage guidelines, refer to EFC 13033, storage guidelines for new vehicles. So owner letters will not be mailed for this program. So basically they're wanting to make sure there's good quality. So this is something we'll probably see more often, but that's coming out. And then this next one, there was only two, is an emission recall, 24E03. And this is on 2015 to 2017 model year F-150 vehicles with the 2.7 liter engine. Now, this is a PCM software update. So there's 276,218 vehicles affected by this. And the affected vehicles have an emissions calibration that does not control tailpipe emissions to expected levels under certain driving conditions. So dealers are to reprogram the PCM. The service must be performed at no charge to the vehicle owner. The new vehicle storage guidelines refer to EFC 13033. Storage guideline. Hey, that's the same one I just mentioned on that one. So anyway, letters pending agency approval. Owner letters are expected to be mailed third quarter of 2024. Dealers should repair any affected vehicles that arrive at the dealership, whether or not the customer has received the letter. So again, you can put your VIN in that link that I put in the chat there, and you can find out if yours is affected. Again, 2015 to 2017 F-150s with the 2.7 liter engine. So there you go. All right, that's that. Do you have an Is It True? I kind of have one, but it's something I've talked about before.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll into this. So there are some people, somebody had mentioned and tagged me on the Maverick Truck Club and said, my dealer, I had an XL in 2023, rolled over 2024 as an XL. I got a private offer of $2,500. And because I didn't think my XL was going to schedule, I went ahead and switched my order to an XLT. Now my dealer's saying that has come in that private offer isn't good on that order. And that is not true. So the dealer is incorrect. The private offer amount was given to you based on your 23 model year order. You can order whatever you want in 24. That private offer is yours to use on on the 24 model year order in your name. That's how that works. So you can switch it to XLT. You can switch it to Lariat. We see people do that. That private offer is still good on that. So don't let your dealers try to tell you that. I don't know why dealers would do that, because that private offer isn't for them to just take as profit, because they have to require the customer to sign something. So I don't know why they try to get away with that anyway. But anyway, there we go. That's not true. So. How's it going? Looking through the chat?
Yeah.
Looks like she's playing on her phone, but she's not. She's working.
I promise.
She's looking at the chat. All right. Well, Mom's in here, so we can talk about Bronco Supercell now. We're waiting for her. Let's talk about it. I have some slides to go along with this. Slideshow time, kids. Bronco Supercell is a lot of fun. I know some of you may be like, I don't have a Bronco. Mike M was there without his Bronco, and I think he had a fun time as well. And so you can go down and do that. Of course, if you don't live in the area, you don't have a Bronco, you may not want to. But Bronco Supercell goes on. The main one, the one that started it all, was in Tennessee. That's in April. They do one in Wisconsin in July, which is at the Wisconsin Dells. Each one's a little different. So the one in Tennessee, there's a lot of scenic drives. There's some fun off-road, some actual off-roading, usually Wind Rock or something. This year it wasn't because they had another event going on there. Bays Off-Road, which is a great facility, privately owned place, and they're awesome people, and they maintain those trails really nicely, and they will not let people on them if it's raining. So if they're having rain that day and they're not dry, they will not let them on the trail, which is nice. That keeps them maintained. It keeps them good. They don't get a lot of ruts and a lot of things happening like you could get at Wind Rock or somewhere. And then, there's some others. Now, we didn't do Parsons Branch, which we really want to do. So Parsons Branch, you go through part of Cades Cove, and then you come out of it, and then you go, and it's only for high lift vehicles. And you go, some of it can be muddy, whatever, some ruts. You go through some water, that kind of stuff. It sounds like it's a lot of fun. And then you come out in the end of the Tail of the Dragon and the Foothills Parkway. So really nice scenery and everything. Top of the world right there. We can see like 3 different states from up there. Where they wanted to do that. So thought about doing it on Saturday, but we kind of got busy. Plus it was overcast, so we knew we wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But so pretty cool. Anyway, so let's get in.
Year.
Yeah, so let's get into this slideshow. Here, let me kick this out. And then let's do this. All right. So course started off. This is our first trip with the new camper. A lot of people said, how'd it go? I thought it went pretty good. We did actually, that looks a little unlevel. We did actually level it out a little bit more later. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, pretty nice. I think Jack's cabin was right across the way over there. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun. And it is a tight little camper. You know, like one of us had to get out while the other one pushed the bed in or pulled the bed out. But you know, if you're wanting something small, pull behind the Bronco. I don't want something too big to have to deal with moving around. I mean, we could just hook that up and we didn't have to worry about, anything. It's smaller. So getting through traffic and everything's a lot easier to do than with a bigger camper. So it is what it is. Yeah. And if we wanted to, it's got an off-road suspension and everything. We can take it up a little bit if we want to go a little.
Also has solar panels?
Yeah, it's got solar. And so, I mean, I had the solar turned on, and it just depends on what you're running.
Yeah.
Like we didn't run, like while we were driving, we didn't run anything. But then when we get there, we can always run AC real easily out of it. It has propane, so you can do, your grill and stuff. But there's not a lot of things to take electricity. Charging your devices, maybe the AC, lights, that's about, and then, powering different things like the awning and all that. It doesn't take a lot of power. And with the solar, it can keep your power lasted. There's 2 batteries. I mean,
so you don't need hookups.
You could actually go, you can actually put water in the water tank. So if you need water, we actually didn't even use the water while we were there because we used the bathhouse. But
that color, that Bronco is Area 51.
That is the Area 51. That's not the new Azure Gray. But there you go. I'm gonna go over to the comments so I can see the comments.
And it was pretty easy to turn around.
Yes, because we had a situation where we're driving along and we were gonna go find a place to eat, and I thought I turned in the right drive, and I was like, no, this doesn't go through. So we had to back it up for a little ways and backed it up. I had to do that twice because we went to Starbucks. We pulled into one parking lot, and I thought you could go around, so we had to do it. We had to do it twice. So I got pretty good at backing, and I backed up the back of the drive one time without having to go back forward. That's saying something. If you've seen our drive, it's really long.
Yes,
I'd say probably 100.
I used to back down that all the time.
I'd probably say it's as long as a track. It's 100 feet. It's at least 100 yards backing uphill. Anyway, next. Jack was there.
Yes, Jack was there.
There's Jack and his wife. They were there. They were so nice. We actually went out to dinner with them on one night with Mike as well too. All 5 of us went to a restaurant there and had fun. All Terrain Nation had a dinner as well. That was a lot of fun. I know Jack was there for that, and so that was fun. And you're seeing they're in their Bronco.
Yep.
We got him to go off-roading. We talked him into it. I twisted his arm and talked him into going off-roading
with your guidance.
He was a little apprehensive, and I said, "Just follow us. You'll be all right." Yes. So he went off-roading with us. So there he trailed us the whole time. And actually, to see these, some of these are videos. So I had to download them. So here's a video of this one here. So that is your mom driving right there. She drove most of the time. And this Bronco here is Jack. Yep. The trail does get a little bit. There's some good uphills and downhills there, and this they Bronco Nation does take you around once, on the easy trail. And then if you want to do any more, then you can. So that's where I was able to take over for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But Barb did a great job. There's one hill, and I says, here, let me ride down with the guide, and I'll get down the bottom. And as we were going down, I'm like, I might need to drive this down. And then I turn around, and she's halfway down the hill already. I'm like, okay, never mind. You got this. But she did a good job, and I tried to direct her, and I didn't really need to, but she probably should have just went with the ruts because ours has enough clearance. They handled pretty much all those. But so there's that. And then when I took over, I saw these tires, and some people were going over them, and I was really tempted. But the holes I thought were a little kind of big for that, so I decided to not do it. But it did look like fun. I thought I could do it. But setting my new bars keeps getting set higher and higher of what I know that I can do with the Bronco. But we had some fun. We actually followed the trail guide that was there from Off Rodeo Moab. Yeah. That we were with them. They were actually there when we were there. And so it was him and me and Jack, and the others didn't take our route, but there was a more of a blue route, and we went down this one hill. And so I think Jack might have used the trail control, but I didn't. But it was not too bad. So in fact, he got out, tried to guide us, thought we need help. And by the time he got out, we were already down at the bottom. So I got we got this. It's not hard. Anyway, so we had a lot of fun that day. And then the second day, we had some parts put on. We'll talk about that in a second. Then we went on a drive through the Foothills Parkway. And they didn't, I think next time I do it, I would do it with a smaller group so we can stop and pull off and get some pictures. Beautiful view, but only the driver can see it the way we went. Would have to do it the reverse direction next time, I think, so the passenger can get all the pictures. But that was a lot of fun. You get a bunch of Broncos in front of us up there and a bunch behind us. So trying to get that view there of those. So we did 2 different drives this week. So Thursday, Bays off-road. Friday, it was going to rain, and it did rain in the morning, but then it cleared up, and it was a beautiful day the rest of the day.
So it sounds like you have more time at the show in the morning.
Most of the drives there are like a couple hours.
Right.
So if you go out for like this in here, we were out on a drive for 2 hours. Okay. So, you're out for a couple hours and then you're back. So it's like if you go for a ride in the morning, you're back before noon and then enjoy the show. So like the first day, that Thursday, we got there and then we hung out at the booth and stuff, saw Bronco Nation people. We walked around a little bit, looked at some of the vendors, and then we took their off-road thing at 1 and we got back at 5.
Okay.
And then, so we did that. So it was about a 30-minute drive over to there and back. So, that's an hour of it and then everything. So you did that. And then that night is when All Terrain Nation had their dinner, and we joined up with them at the distillery, which is really good place there. And then Friday morning, we got some stuff put on, and then we went for this drive that started at 11 and we got done at like 1 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, in fact, we got back and went and ate. We actually came back. We just stopped at a restaurant right there and we ate there. Yeah. And then the afternoon, we spent the afternoon at the show.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So a lot more of being able to mingle with everybody, but yet when you want to go for a drive, it was just a couple hour drive and then you're back. Right.
So unlike Colorado, where
it's all day.
It's all day.
Yeah. It's all day on the trails. So it's a little different situation. Like each one of them is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did get some parts put on. So last year they had this, they demonstrated this and we're like, oh, this is nice. We do have this soft top with the struts. So one of the first things I put on was the AIG struts for the soft top, so that when I let go of those levers, the top goes up, which is really nice, and also helps with putting the top up if you take the side windows out. Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things they demonstrated last year was they had this thing where you can also pull the little lever over there, and it would release both of them at the same time, so that it would go up for you. So you didn't need 2 hands, because you've seen with me, I release one handle and then I release the other, and because I do one and then the other, the left one hasn't been latching very well because it's kind of like angled because of that. Yeah. Well, this does it. That support goes across there, and it does both at one time, and also because of that, you can pull it down pretty easily. So I think this is the video. So I'll show you the demonstration of the video here. IAG, those guys are great. I have a lot of their products on the Bronco. You know that. The side steps, the struts in the back, their lighting inside. I have a lot of their products, and that one was pretty cool.
I don't think you can add any more to it anymore because I think your website guy's getting at his limit right now.
Yeah. But while we were there, Allie was there getting some stuff put on. And Allie's like, what are you getting put on? I showed her what I was getting, and she has a hard top. And so, what are you getting? And she was getting the steps that we already have put on. And so we were talking about what all IG products we each had, and she showed me those on her Bronco. And I was like, yeah, I kind of want to fill something in. And she goes, well, check this out. And she turns it on. So this is what this does. So that is what it does. So when you when you unlock it, it does that, and the turn signals, that happens when your lights are on and you put your turn signals on, which is really cool. Yeah, and the IAG guys, so they were really nice, and they put this on for free. So that is something that they do differently, is that they will go ahead and install everything for you for free. So they did while the guy was in the back doing the easy lift or the quick release, I guess. I told him, I said, I want that. And they were like, okay. And then they were like, the two guys are putting them on and everything. And I actually have a video clip of it, but as audio. And I was using it as B-roll because I muted it and editing. But the video I did today that went out on my personal channel, watch it. It kind of shows what they did. But, man, they were able to put those in real quickly. They actually wire into the headlights. So other than when you unlock the vehicle, it does a sequence, but otherwise those lights only come on when the headlights are on. So they're not fog lights that you turn on with the fog lights. They're on when your headlights are on. Yeah. And then when the lights are on and you put your turn signal on, they do I call it the Mustang. Yeah. Where it goes through them, the 5, which is really cool. Anyway, I like them. So they did they were awesome guys and everything. So that went good. So what else I got? Any other pictures? So there's that's kind of what it looks like there. And I think this is where I was going to play the video, but there you go. So, and there's the guys right there. They already had the left side put on, and they moved that around because it was raining. I mean, this is right after it stopped raining. So then they were putting the other one on as well, and they put it on really smooth and easy. So there's the finished Bronco that was being judged. So we had the Bronco judged. Didn't know if we'd win. I mean, I was like, well, will we win anything? Well, with 25, now 27 mods, yes, we won. You can see there's a little thing right there. I got it here. So that is our award right there. So we did. So Wisconsin. So every time I've submitted, we've won. Because last year at Tennessee, I didn't think we had enough mods, so I didn't worry about it. I was like, yeah, I won't. There's a lot of old Broncos. There's no way I'm going to win, so I didn't even try. And then Wisconsin we did, and then and Colorado, we were on the trails till after 6 every day. So I didn't grab them to do it, but then we did this year at Tennessee and won. So
they're called sequential turn signals.
So there you go. Yes, thank you. Sequential turn signals.
Someone said that Ford should have them on everything.
Yep. And then of course on the way back, I don't know if Barbara put it in there or not, but Fern Lake Campground, Paducah, Kentucky, nice people. They are a Good Sam park. I'm now a member of the Good Sam. Good Sam. Good Sam. Oh. The Good Sam or whatever. So yeah, I think it's like a $30 a year membership or something, and you can get discounts. And I didn't think about it, but they give us a great deal because since we're going to hook up, it was $25 or something. But nice people and a really nice campground, clean shower house and facilities. Yeah. And they actually have a lake there, which we didn't see because we came in late, but they let us do a pull through, and we stayed hooked up and then took off in the morning. Yeah. But anyway, so Barb wanted to make sure we talked about them because there's if you're going through that area, you can stay there.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I don't know if Jack's mentioned in chat. I think he had fun off-roading.
He's been in here.
I think he had some fun.
Yeah. He's been talking to Mom.
So, anyway, any questions?
Yeah, we have some.
All right.
Is there any way to track Bronco once it's on the train?
Your dealer
Ford,
can.
yeah,
But,
Ford gives you a tracker, but it's wonky. As
well,
one guy said, his tracker from Ford is showing that it's in transit, and he's been driving it for 21 days. So
now, it used to be when they use vehicle visibility, and
Yeah.
there you would get your rail car number, and you could track it that way.
They
I have
don't,
in the
yeah.
new VIN view, I don't see the rail car number, and I think it's because at any time a dealer can see where it's at
Yeah.
on the rail car. So that's why now they don't give a rail car number.
So
But
contact your dealer.
but in the past, people liked it because they could get the rail car number and they could track it themselves without bugging their dealer through the railroad company or whatever. Now the dealer can see it, but you can't. So
Right.
Anyway, so usually you can see where that's at. So that's why we're able to see kind of where it's at and everything
Yeah.
for our members. But yeah, anyway.
Yep.
All right.
All
Any
right.
others? Let me come over here to the comments.
Question for tonight: will your mileage show on your speedometer if you tow or dolly your Ford Maverick with the front wheels off the ground?
That is a great question. I thought it still counted mileage, even on the dolly. I think it still counts mileage. I don't know if it has to do with the front wheels, back wheels, or what, but I think that it's still tracking miles, even if you're pulling it on a dolly.
Interesting.
It's considering that wear and tear. I don't know, but I know for sure. Maybe somebody else that does. Now, flat toe, it definitely will. So maybe on a dolly, it doesn't. So
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, maybe somebody else can answer that if they do dolly towing.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I saw that now on Ford website you can get silver for the 25 Explorer, but only for the active and platinum trim levels.
Actually, I thought all the colors were the same for all of them. I thought they were all the same. I can look that up real quick though. That's stuff where I can, I may not know off the, up here because I have to remember so many, but it's something that I can look up real fast because I keep all the order guides.
Yeah.
So 25 model year, right?
Yep.
Order guide, Explore. I'll look at the most recent right here, and colors are clear at the bottom. So let me grab the cursor.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So, see here, colors. Oh, you might be right. Okay, so silver is not available on the ST, but is available on platinum, including platinum luxury, or the ultimate package. So it is not available on the ST, and silver is not available on the ST line. So you were right, active and platinum only. So that is correct. So, all right. And also, like Rapid Red isn't available on the active, but it's available on the ST line. Oxford White's not available on the ST line. I think that says fleet only white. So white's a fleet only color. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there you go. Vapor Blue is also a color not available on the platinum, but it's available on the ST. So there are a couple colors that I think most models get 5 colors, but it's one you might not get with this one, but get with that one. So there you go. Mike M said dolly towing does not add mileage to your odometer. So there you go. So that might be the benefit of that versus flat towing. All right. 25 Ford Expedition news. Don't really have a lot yet. I mean, I think it's going to be coming out real soon. I think this summer we'll start seeing something like, I would say when I say this summer, I think midsummer for Expedition. I think they will break that up, not have all of them. I think Bronco Sport and Maverick will probably come out about the same time because they're made at the same plant. But I think that that on the Expedition, I think, I don't know. I don't have any confirmation of that. I don't know why I have this gut feeling that it'll be the summer, because I think about every model year, it's been refreshing in like June, July. So I think it's going to be June, July that we're going to see information on that. And I think, I feel like the Maverick Bronco Sport will be like late July, early August.
Yeah.
So I believe, I don't know. I have some information on Maverick that I can't probably share. But yeah, production should be similar to what it was this year. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Time wise.
All right. So Mike M answered the question.
Yeah, I highlighted it a second ago.
All right. Any idea when the trimmers will start to hit dealer lots for the F-150 402A?
Okay. Most of the retail orders are going to be looked at first. So they're probably going to get built first. So first ones that we see will be for retail customers. And then we'll, at some point, dealers. Now, what were those scheduled to be built? I have to think back now. I think most of those are scheduled to be built for May, right? So we're probably going to see June-ish, June to July, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So
if my Ranger's to be built on May 8th, how long before it will be to my dealer on the East Coast in Maryland?
Okay, so once it's built, there's some things that happen. So, but once it gets shipped out, it's 4 weeks. So I can't say that it's being built May 8th, you'll get it in 4 weeks, because there could be some things that happen. I mean, we see Super Duties sometimes sit at the plant for a month before they're shipped out. So to say it's 4 weeks after it's built, I would be wrong by a month. So, and I know you're not tying me to any date, you're just curious, but I'd probably veer more to about the 6 week mark for that, but could be 4 to 6 weeks. So, like I said, usually once that shit is on a rail car and your dealer can say it's on a rail car, then I say 4 weeks. That's what I typically will say for most vehicles.
Okay. Are you going to Wisconsin Bronco Supercell?
Probably not, because that's about the time we're going to go to Colorado, do some off-roading.
All right.
So,
does Ford offer a discount for high school graduates?
They have a college, but not high school.
Okay. Did your Bronco insurance costs go up when you told the agent you tow a trailer and to increase your coverage?
Haven't told insurance yet. I forgot to do that.
You don't have to tag it in the state of Kansas if it's under.
Yeah, if it's under 2,000 pounds, I don't have to tag the trailer. So I don't have to tag the trailer, but I do have to get insurance for the trailer.
Yes.
But I did actually, it didn't change I actually did tell them when I added all the modifications to the Bronco, I said, hey, by the way, actually the Roush package was done when I bought it. So that package is already figured on in my insurance for that part of it. But then when I added the upgraded suspension and the rock rails and the winch, I called them and I wanted more policy added because I had added modifications to it, suspension, all that. That didn't change my premium though. They did add it to my insurance claim to add that, but it did not change my premium any. But towing vehicle, I don't know, because I know on my F-150, I mean, we got the boat. It didn't affect my premium anything for that. Okay. When I used the Expedition to pull the boat, they didn't, like a lot of times though, if I get a trailer or something, they won't put insurance on it, but they don't usually ask me what vehicle is towing it.
Yeah.
Our insurance does it anyway.
All right. Let's see.
Been a while though, but yeah, I was gonna do that yesterday. I was gonna do it today, and didn't happen.
Ford revealed the 25 Shelby Mustang Super Snake at Barrett Jackson auction last week, a convertible model as well.
Yeah, last week a lot was going on, and I didn't really follow a lot of the Mustang stuff, but I need to look at that. So,
my new Escape has a Sync 4 map. So how do I activate navigation?
Just click on the navigation thing.
Yep. That should activate it. Or
you're on Sync 4, so I think there's a map, there's a navigation button down there. You just click the navigation.
Yeah.
And then up on the search bar is where you would put in where you want to go. Now, if you're in motion, it won't let you use the screen. You actually have to use the voice commands you need to say navigate to, give it an address, that kind of stuff. And then it can maybe start it. But otherwise, you need to pull off and put your location in before you get started if you want to use the map to do that. But
yeah. All right. I rented. So they were talking about the Expedition, and they said they rented it on their last vacation. It was so much more comfortable than the Yukon and Suburban. Good to hear that. And ML Culpepper says you really need to try Rallycross. No trees to hit, only dirt, sand, and gravel rutted terrain, and up to 60 miles per hour. A little different than slow rock crawling. I am down for that.
Yeah, I'm just afraid I'm gonna wreck. Like,
I am down for that. I might go slow at first to get a feel for the terrain and everything, but I am down to go fast.
yeah, the right course, like certain places, like out here, it could go fast, have some fun out there. But yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right, and then I don't have too many other questions here. Oh, Henry Stoyer. Hello from Derek's sister. Mom.
Oh, we need to talk to Derek about that. And tell him. All
right. Yeah.
We need to do new video, Henry, on your Bronco now. He's buying all kinds of stuff there.
Is it too early to talk to a motel or hotel in Salina for reserving a bank of rooms like we did last year for the Midwest meetup in the first week of August? I can look into that. I was thinking Best Western or that one that Ridgeview was at.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to have it so they're kind of incorporating the Maverick meetup within Cars and Coffee, how that's going to go over. Mm-hmm. But if people want to, I think a lot of the people that came, though, it was more of a meetup with us.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
It's more of a YouTube community weekend instead of just Maverick meetup. Like we could have Maverick meetup at the YouTube community day type of thing going on. But then everyone's welcome, and we aren't going to just keep it to just Mavericks. People with their Broncos, Super Duties, whatever, you're welcome to show them off on the Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, Cars and Coffee, it's all things, right? So
yeah, if you want to show off your car.
Well, I think this next month coming up, it's the Wichita Mustang Club's coming up, but you can put any vehicle out.
Yeah, so. They welcome people to show off any car that they want to, and I think they try and do a theme each week, but you're welcome to show off anything you have.
Each month, yeah.
Yeah, each month.
We're trying to get different clubs this year. We're trying to, instead of just having people show up, it's been a small number. We're trying to get clubs to come and to get different,
so you have a theme. So then August theme will be YouTube community. So
be Maverick. It'll be Maverick.
Yeah.
I mean, the theme for the Cars and Coffee will be Maverick. Okay. We'll do the YouTube thing will be more for Friday.
Yeah.
Than anything, but there you go.
Anyone's welcome to show off anything. Everyone is welcome.
Yep, that'll be fun.
But I will work on getting a set up a block of rooms for that and let y'all know.
Oh, okay. So they're talking about that navigation. That is true. So you get on some of the vehicles, you get 1 year of service. After that, you do have to activate your navigation. So you have to have a Ford, the connected services subscription to get navigation after so long. So some vehicles are getting it for 3 months, some getting it for a year. So maybe that's what she was talking about was on the Escape to activate, how to activate the navigation, like once your subscription runs out. So you get a trial. So yes, you need to go into you need to make sure you have a Ford Pass account. Go to the Ford.com, sign in, and then you need to go to connected services. That might not be a bad idea to do a video on that. I think I did it for the Lightning. It's the same principle for this as it was for the Lightning.
Yeah.
But it'd be a good idea because more and more vehicles now that are getting the Sync 4 only have a 1 year subscription for the navigation, and so then you need to be able to know how to sign up. It's under the connected services. Is you need to sign up for subscription for connected services, pay for the monthly fee to do that. I think it's $10 a month, if I remember right. Because I was going to do it in one of the vehicles. Oh, the Expedition or the Bronco. I did not. I think it was a certain subscription that I got on the Bronco, and I didn't sign up. I just did the Ford. I use the Android Auto.
Mm-hmm.
I just plug it in and put my destination. That way, if any time, like if I'm driving, you know how it doesn't let you when you're driving, but I can pull my phone out. I could I can type it in. Actually, what I did on the trip is I had your mom, because like we were driving and we were searching for different places. So she used my phone, found the different place we were going to. She put it on there and it came up on the screen.
You know what we do, because if you're connected to the vehicle, like with the Sync 3 via the connecting cord, you have to use the touch screen to look stuff up. So usually what we do when we're traveling is take one phone, look it up, unplug the other phone, plug that one in, so then it pops up, and then next time we need to look something up, we use the other one's phone.
Yeah.
We just take turns putting it on.
Yeah. Well, there's once where it really, the system, okay, even our Android Auto flipped out on us. It froze my phone. It was plugged in for a long time, so it was fully charged. It was kind of hot, and it kind of just froze on us, and it wasn't letting us do any. It wasn't letting me click on the screen anywhere. And so your mom just used her phone, and we just followed along that way. But at one point, I unplugged it for a little bit, and then it fixed because it was still connected wirelessly. So on the Bronco, it's Sync 4, so you can still connect wirelessly. I just don't trust it as well sometimes. And so that's why I know it activates a lot easier if I plug it in. Sometimes I just got to plug it in, automatically turns my my Bluetooth and my Wi-Fi on immediately when I do that. Because out of privacy, I always shut my Bluetooth and my Wi-Fi off on my phone when I'm on public. So even when I come to the dealership, I shut that off because people don't realize this, but people can, if they can connect to your Bluetooth, they can do things to your phone and get things from your phone, as well as Wi-Fi. So when I'm in public, I don't have Wi-Fi or my Bluetooth turned on. This is something that I've learned. I've been told that. I don't know. It's been a couple of years now, but I don't have those on. So what I do to make it easy, instead of turning them on my phone, is I just plug it into the wire with my Sync 4, and it automatically turns those on, connects me. Then at that point, I can unplug, and I'm still connected.
I like to have my Bluetooth on because I have a watch.
As long as you're connected to that, I think it's fine. But then they can't connect to your. As long as your Bluetooth is connected to a device, whether it be your earbuds or something, I don't think they can connect in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
because
this is something that
I will tell you, I went without my watch over the weekend because it died and I forgot my charger here. And I need it. Like,
I don't. If I have the old traditional.
So the thing
watches.
with me is, if I have my watch on, I know I'm getting notifications from my phone. I know that I'm getting alerted to any text or calls coming in. So I don't have to have my phone constantly in my hand, and I'm not constantly just pulling something up because my brain's bored.
Yep. Mom uses a watch. She likes it too because she can look at it and look at the text message.
Yeah.
And see it. And I don't have to pull her phone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. So. I just don't pull my phone out anyway, even if I get something. Half the time it'll go off. I don't even know what my text message notification sounds like.
Yeah. Between
an email. So there's times where I'm like, oh, they texted me like 10 minutes ago. Oops.
So one thing I wanted to bring up, I feel lucky because I have navigation on my C-Max, and it was not part of the subscription. Like I think 17 or 18 was the last year that you could get navigation without getting a subscription.
Yeah.
My C-Max is a 17. Also, on hybrids, they required the backup beep. My Fusion and my C-Max both don't have it.
Yep.
What you got going on? Vehicle. Buy used.
All right. So it says
confusion.
I ordered a 24 F-150 Power Boost, 157-inch wheelbase. There you go. On 3/4/24. It got scheduled week of for 8/24. Built for 9/24. Shipped for 9/24. Arrived at dealer 500 miles from Dearborn 4/19/24. That was quick. That is quick. But you're 500 miles, though. That's still a pretty good little journey. But that is pretty quick. Just depends on how it goes, because I know there were some vehicles that are still sitting. So here's an example. We actually have a Bronco that the GM ordered. It is still sitting over there, and we've had so many Broncos that were ordered, that were built after that one, that have passed by. So that's Heritage Edition was one of the first ones built for 24 model year, and it's still sitting over there at Michigan Assembly Plant, still sitting there. We have all but 2 retail orders that have showed up, and his is one of them. That one stuck. There's another one that's stuck that was about the same time frame. It's not Heritage Edition, but it's still stuck there too.
It happens. Any tips to get F-150 scheduled? My dealer has allocations, and my build is clean each week with no constraint items. He's a priority 10.
So just make sure you don't have any of those constraint items. I mean, we go through those each week. which ones they are. Like this week, I don't think they mentioned anything other than making sure you have that electronic locking gear ratio for the max axle for your tow haul if you have it. Other than that, they should schedule pretty fast. You do need a dealer allocation. So that's probably the first place to start is your dealer getting an allocation.
Yeah.
If they don't have an allocation, then that's going to be the hard part. Without an allocation, it won't get scheduled.
Yeah.
So
those were the questions. Any other questions?
In case we missed any, she's running on her phone. So
I was doing a pretty good job.
You did go in. You did.
Yeah, I went back.
Don't close our stream. All right.
Or kick anyone out.
Or kick anyone out. There you go. Yeah. Special moderator.
Yeah.
Jack says, I like Tim's phone. It folds open. So you got a chance to see my phone close up. So I have the fold and I like it.
Next time I get an upgrade, that's what I'm getting.
It helps for my big eyes, for my old eyes, so I can go like this. And it's bigger. So, anyway. And I've had this one for a while. Actually, I think I'm due for an upgrade, but why upgrade if it's doing well? All right.
I don't upgrade unless it's giving me problems.
Anything else? Any questions about Supercell? Just a lot of fun with a lot of, Bronco people and everything. And love to see Maverick get into that and somebody take on. And this started with the old gen Broncos back a long time ago. And then when 6 gens came out, they just kind of joined suit. So they kind of just like jumped in with all the others, and so, Supercell's been going on a long time, and it was started by the Bronco Driver magazine. So wrote articles and everything, and Tom and Donna, they do a great job with it, and they work really hard, and their kids are into it and helping out, and so it's it's just it's actually people that put that event on, and it would probably take on the Maverick side someone jumping in and doing that, and they started with just the one location in Tennessee.
Well, I think like Maverick is getting big at Carlisle. They're almost at 50.
I think they said they have 50 already because I got an email.
They were 5 away from 50 and they need 50 to get the big tent for free. So they were 5 away from 50.
Yeah, I think to Kim. Yeah, I think Amy's trying to help with that. So she messaged me, sent me an email. I think they were hoping we can come up, but I'd like to, but man, East Coast, it costs a lot for us to go last year.
We'd have to drive.
It was just a lot of money.
That would just mean another driving. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long drive. It was far enough driving to Tennessee. Man. So
we'll be in that area in June though. Right? New Hampshire?
Yes.
New Hampshire's right there.
In late June.
Yes.
20th?
Yep.
19th, 20th.
19th, 20th. So.
But that's just a quick trip, kind of like the one I'm doing to Detroit, right? This is going to be a very quick. We're flying up there. We're arriving about 5 p.m. We're going to go out to dinner, and then we're going to go up to Roush and then hit the airport. It's like there and out. And that's the way going up there, depending on when you want to get back. Excuse me. I think the event's on a Thursday or whatever. So we're going to fly in and then go to the event and then fly out the next day. So it's like flying. I mean, it's anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see.
I'd love to have because that's over the weekend, but you'd be without, your kids need you. So
they've done it before.
So it'd be fun to have a couple days. Definitely want to see a little bit more of Maine. I think we're gonna fly into Portland, and if Reggie's gonna be up there and hanging up there.
Yeah.
That was really pretty. Mm-hmm. Of course, I came in. It was in March that year.
Yeah.
Seeing the summer ought to be different. Mm-hmm. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. All right. Anything else? I don't know. Super Bowl was fun.
A lot of people
The
saying
drives
good
are
night.
fun. I think Jack had some fun off-roading and had fun with Mike. M was there Friday night, and then again Saturday morning. We had some fun. It rained a little bit, but it didn't soggy the time experience. So
I was talking to Derek Stitham, and he was like, "So Lebo's not coming?" I'm like, "No, not to Colorado. We're already going to Colorado, so he doesn't want to go on another big trip." But there's you don't take your Bronco off road and all of this, so if we have this many people, we're gonna have a tight fit. We might not have enough room. Hope we do. But he's like, man, I think I need to get a Heritage. I think I need to get another, or he was, I think Wild Track or something. I was like, what you need to do is get a Heritage, because I feel that's the best bang for your buck. And we went through all of it, and he was actually pulling up the order guide and was looking at it.
I do think that the Heritage Edition is basically Big Ben, standard Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And then it has its own look to it. And so when you look at the price, it's a pretty well priced vehicle. And
I think I've said that the only thing I would need to do to keep up with you is add a lift.
So, I mean, you can do what I did. I added a bunch of little $100 and $200 things. Most of the stuff I added, the big thing is I made mine look like a Big Ben,
right?
Or a Black Diamond. I mean, and I think if I had to do it over, reason I went Big Ben instead of Black Diamond, the biggest thing was I didn't know if I'd like the vinyl seats and vinyl flooring, because I've been in some vehicles that had some vinyl flooring and just slide. But what they do there is it's rubberized flooring. It's not vinyl flooring.
Yeah.
So once we got one in, I'm like, oh, that's different. And now they're all vinyl anyway. I would probably go Black Diamond, right? But then you could go and you don't get the front locker unless you go Sasquatch. But I mean, then you can also, but I don't know if I don't have a front locker. I'm doing a lot of off-roading. I'm doing a lot of fun without a front locker.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, heck, I went up Wipeout Hill without a front locker.
Yeah.
You got to do things a little differently. And I think without the front locker, there are people that do off-roading and they might have been on this trail for a while with a rear locker and said, you know what, today I'm not going to use a rear locker and see what I can get through. Yeah. And then only use it when I need it. Yeah. And then some people even try it. Once they've done that, they were like, okay, this is an easy trail. I'm going to try to do it and without 4x4 low. I'm just going to go in 4x4 high and see how it goes and I can do it. So it's kind of that kind of premise on some of that. But
I don't think
for the most part, I can do it with a rear locker. But I mean, if it comes standard Sasquatch, that's different. Yeah. But then you can add a lift to it.
I made the point. I was like, well, when I'm looking for a Bronco, I'm most likely going to buy used. I'm most likely going to look for a Robin's Egg Blue Heritage because I like that color, love the look, love the seats, love everything about it. And I was like, plus, most Robin's Egg Blue have gone to women who are not going off-roading.
Maybe. Some guys might like that color.
Some guys might like them. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of the Robin's Egg Blue are pavement princesses.
I'm not a huge fan of carbonized gray. But seeing a Heritage Edition carbonized gray, for some reason,
it's
just looks good. I think it looks more throwback than any other colors because it kind of because of the gray.
Someone here was like, "I hate this." I'm like, "I absolutely love it. I think it looks great." He's like, "No, the white with the gray looks hideous." I'm like, "Okay, each their own. I absolutely love it."
I also think I'm not a big fan of race red, the color, but on a Heritage Edition it looks good too.
Yes.
So those are a couple colors on a Heritage Edition I like. The Robin's Egg, like you said, it's maybe more geared towards women, but those are kind of the colors. What other color can you get? You can get Azure Gray in that too.
I'd probably want to look for a vehicle that hasn't had a lot of off-roading on it.
I'll say I heard that the off-rodeo ones are going to be available for sale. I don't know if I'd
don't-
want one.
I don't need that. I don't
They say they're going to
need
take
that.
care of and repair anything that they would have had done to it, but
The
I'm
gas
like,
mileage is too much.
so you're
for
just
me
going to
right
make it a new vehicle at some point? Because I mean, you know, those shocks and stuff have been used and abused.
now. Well, for me, we need to pay off the house, purchase a new house, do a couple of things before we buy a Bronco.
Yeah.
In fact, Lebo wants a Mustang, so who knows?
Well, I've done so much to the Bronco now that I'm like,
Go back to his
I'm not
Mustang
doing
days.
anything, even though I wish I had a 12-inch screen. But I will put this out there. Anybody wants, actually, I might have a solution to the front camera thing. So if you watched my video that I did about the the dash cam, so the front camera that we have that's supposed to be on the rear is inverted. So I can change the setting just to invert it, which does it for the recording, so I don't have to then flip it. But on the screen, it's backwards. It's like, oh, so I used it to know if there's somebody in front of me.
Yeah.
Right. And, but not necessarily left or right. So, like trying to get onto the rock or something, that wasn't what I used it for. It was to be able to see kind of in like you're going up a hill or coming down a hill to kind of just see in front of you, that to make sure you're at least on the trail,
Yeah.
you know, or that there's nobody in front of you you're about ready to hit. That was the only reason I used it. But I'd love to have a camera like what Jack had. His 12-inch screen, and he's got the camera there, and he's got the tires showing where he's going. I was like,
Yeah.
that's nice, which would be great. But I'm going to try the GoPro, because the GoPro has an app. So I'm thinking if I can mount the GoPro up there, and then with my phone, the way I can fold it out, put it on that mount that's right there on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Then I should be able to see on the GoPro, which is on the front, in almost real time.
Yeah.
And I should be all right.
Yep.
I'm going to try that. And if so, then I'll probably take that front camera that's supposed to be the rear and actually put it in the rear.
It's like cheating.
I told him that. That's kind of cheating. Because he went down it like, there was one video that I recorded where your mom went down it, but she couldn't see in front of her. She's going straight down, so she can't see what's in front of her. She can't tell if she's in the rut or not, and she stay off of the rut. Whereas he had a camera, so then he went down and like it seemed looked like it made it look so easy. It's just because he could use the front camera. So
yeah.
But especially early on, you know, it's kind of nice having it. And I know that Derek Stidham, he's got the front camera. He's got the Hilux or the high package.
Yeah.
And so, but Ford, there's the thing. You just gotta make the front camera optional. Not necessarily a 360. I mean, although they're gonna put a 360 on a Maverick and a Bronco Sport in 25, so why not throw it in as? I mean, really, to be honest, maybe a certain package should just be standard equipment.
Yeah.
360 camera.
Yeah.
It helps with production, right? We could say that. Anyway, but at this point, I really don't care because I'm keeping my Bronco. So those of you that are looking to get a Bronco, hopefully, you know, they do that for you guys. Yeah. But for me, we're going to keep that Bronco. So
yeah,
we've done enough stuff to it.
Yeah. One day I'll have a Bronco. Once we get there.
I said that originally, that if I got a 21, got it produced, I was going to keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's the first year of the 6th gen.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah.
We'll get it paid off and we'll get a second Bronco. Sorry, just kidding. Wife's still in here. All right. No. All right. But this summer, I'm really thinking of getting a lift on the Maverick. Because you can get
I thought you were getting a Mach-E.
You can get I don't think I'm gonna take it. And I don't think I can keep the payment the same. But if we can, because if we're gonna go, my thought is we're gonna do some camping this summer at Tuttle Creek. It'd be nice having 2 vehicles for people to jump into instead of just one. So then the Maverick,
to the trimmer
because the trimmer already, it's basically Bronco Sport Badlands.
Yes.
So we're seeing all these Bronco. Well, we had actually Jenna from Philadelphia driving her Bronco Sport. Big Ben was there.
Yeah.
That doesn't have the advanced 4-wheel drive system, and she was handling everything we did.
Yeah.
But she put a lift on hers. She's got a 1-inch lift, a rough country lift that she had on hers. So I was thinking trimmer, the trimmer Maverick, add about a 1-inch lift to it, which you can get through RTR has one that you can put on it, and I'd add a little bit of lift to it. And
RTR up that Maverick.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And we'll take it off-roading.
Yep. It has what, a 2-inch lift from the regular EcoBoost already?
It mentions a 1 inch. It
1
mentions a higher clearance.
Okay.
Is
Or
what it
1 inch,
says, and
yeah.
I think it's a 1 inch in the front.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because of the bumper, how it is, it gives you a
Yeah.
little extra approach
Room.
angle and departure.
Yeah.
But add a 1 inch lift to it.
I mean, we've talked
for
about
one, it wouldn't cost that much to it, and then also we could do some off roading with it. So we wouldn't be able to do some of the harder stuff, but we could.
I could rally cross it. Get and we'll Culpepper out here, teach me a thing or two, and
that's right.
Rally cross your Maverick.
Yep. So yeah. Oh yeah. Barbara's saying Jenna from Philadelphia gave us a Bucky Duck. But we got another one here. We got this one too from Town Squatch. Matt Porter.
Yes.
Matt Porter's who it is. So anyway, there you go. So
yep.
All right. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Last parting words? No.
I saw 2 Mavericks on my street today.
Yeah, I'm starting to see more and more.
Well,
I will say when we got to Kansas, a lot more.
Well, I'm
on our trip.
I'm driving down to go meet my insurance adjuster, and I start pulling up. I'm like, I think that's Maverick. And then I get to see where I can see the plate. I'm like, yep, that's definitely a Maverick. I pull up, and it's a white Maverick. And then actually one of the employees here that I know personally, who drives a Maverick, he drove down our street and turned, like he needed to turn around to go back down the street. And he turned at the driveway across from ours. And I'm like, that's a Maverick. Oh, we just got new neighbors. Do they have a Maverick? And I'm like, no, I actually know that specific Maverick. I recognize that tag. Like, I know exactly who that is. Just happened to pull into the house across from us to turn around.
At least I do not go. So, I do not drive home or to work without seeing at least 1 or 2 Mavericks in Salina. So,
yep.
I mean, it's a benefit having all the Mavericks we have.
I claim that I'm a part of the Maverick community because of the YouTube, and that I did drive at one point. But driving my C-Max, I see a Maverick and I want to wave. And I'm like, they're not going to wave back. I'm not in a Maverick. Well,
the Maverick people don't really wave anyway. And half the Bronco people in town don't either, because I don't think that they realize. They don't I mean, most of those people are pavement princess Broncos. They're not like off-roading. They're not like, they're not. So they don't, but
So
I've seen on our trip, a lady was just flipping her lights. You know how you just hit your lights just for a second? That's how she was saying
hi.
Yeah. One guy got tired of, because usually wave at the Broncos, and when you're in Townsend, there's so many Broncos. You're talking 1,000 Broncos. So when the parade of Broncos was going on their drive and they were coming back the other way, he just put his hand out. He just put it out the whole time, held it on the windowsill.
Well, I remember when we were in Colorado, we did that on one of our trails. We were flashing and waving at people as we drove by.
Yep.
So, all right, time to head home.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's all we have. Hope you guys had a great time and learned something. And yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
So until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another,
and be kind to yourself.
And we'll see you later.